Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. My name is Gina and I believe there's more to life than looking good, but you've got to look good too. So today we're going to talk about looking good. We're going to do a beauty chat today because the Sephora, what do they call it now? Beauty Insider Appreciation VIB sale. Their semi-annual sale is coming up. I will leave the details of all of that below because we don't need to waste time talking about it. I would much rather talk about products. I love watching these videos, except they make me broke, which I always appreciate. So today, I'm gonna leave my playlist for when I've done these videos in the past. I don't want to talk too much about stuff that I've already talked about before, but I will let you know very briefly what I am buying again. This is a little bit of my wish list, and in doing that I realized that a lot of the stuff I already have because I'm just buying them again, which is really the way that I look at the Sephora sales for, because what I noticed was sometimes when I like really stock up on products, I get tired like 6 months from that point and I'm like, really? I now have a spare Tarte Shape Tape and I like so many other concealers now so much better than that. So I don't necessarily stock up so much, but I usually use the sales for buying what I'm about to run out of and I save room for, but then also some of the stuff that I'm gonna get again. So just to highlight really quick, I didn't even have it out. I'm gonna get another one of my Dior Show Blackout mascaras. Still live for that mascara as a volumizing mascara. And I will be loaded up on Anastasia Brow Wizzes because I have still yet to find anything that I think compares as good as that one. There are definitely rivals out there. So the one by Urban Decay is really good, as well as the ones by Benefit are actually really good too, but I just 100% prefer the Anastasia. So even though I'm talking about like my wish list, some of the stuff I bought recently, and so if I hadn't bought it already in knowing that the sale was coming, I mean, I know it's in April all the time, and in fact it's actually later this year than usual, but I bought the stuff anyway, so let's pretend like I didn't have it yet and it would have been on my wish list. Okay, I am loving by Laura Mercier her blushes. I mentioned the shade Ginger in one of my favorites videos. These are sheer blushes. I just recently picked up Peach. How beautiful that is. That will be perfect for summer. This Peach has a hint of like a little bit of shimmer in it, whereas the Ginger shade is matte. I love a sheer blush because I feel like blush is definitely one of those things that you can overdo and also makes you look kind of inexperienced. Like if you can't apply like a balanced amount of blush, you don't look like you know what you're doing. These are called the Blush Color Infusions. So I recently got the Peach one. I hadn't gotten it because it had that a little bit of shimmer, but at the end of the day, not really. But I think that'll work out really, really beautifully for the summer. This is brand new to me because I was excited when it came out, not because I needed another one. But the bronzers by Fenty are by far the best bronzer I have ever used. I can't even believe I'm saying that because I'm usually kind of cynical when products show up. I'm like, okay, whatever. I think you're the best right now. She has a variety of different tones, you know, cool, warm, or neutral, and then a variety of different shades. I think there's a total of 8. This is what is the equivalent of a sheer bronzer. So, I mean, I'm wearing it today, and I'm actually wearing the Ginger blush today as well. But from the moment I began to apply it, it blended out beautifully. You don't want a harsh line on your face. You may want to cut crease on your eye, but you don't want a line of demarcation on your cheek or on your jaw. And this bronzer just blends in so beautifully. I don't understand. I have Shady Biz. It's called the Instant Warmth Bronzer. I have the shade Shady Biz, which I think is light with warm undertones. It looks darker in pan than it ever appears on my skin as well. And it just, I literally got rid of all of the other bronzers in my using right now drawer because I can't get over how beautiful that bronzer is. Let's talk about a couple of primers. This has been on this is an oldie but goodie, honestly, but I'm just bringing it to your attention again. This is the Becca backlight priming filter. It's the beige one. This is the Becca backlight priming filter. Now that I have surface dehydration, whereas like my cheek area and wherever I have like kind of normal, a little bit oily maybe depending on the day, I have very dry skin around my mouth, a lot of dry patches. What I've done now to kind of compensate for that, since I used to have oily skin, is I still continue to use my long wearing mattifying foundations, because I don't think those terms can be separated. If you need a long wearing foundation, it will be a mattifying foundation. And so I've counterbalanced that by using an illuminating primer, and this is beautiful. Everybody used to talk about it, especially when it first came out. I was like, I'm so jealous, but I can't use that. And it is literally phenomenal. I am wearing it today. Can you tell I like my products right now? Like I'm wearing all of them today. Another primer I want to highlight, this is by Smashbox. This has been out, but I have been loving it. I think it will be phenomenal for the summer. It's the Photo Finish Primerizer. This is the gel, not the water. This has hyaluronic acid in it, which is an amazing moisture retainer when it comes to your skin. And so I will use the primerizer only around my mouth where I tend to get very dry. So especially in the summer, if I get just a hint of color on my skin after being out in the sun, even though I'm wearing sunblock. By the way, check out my video about sunblock that just went up, where it's like sunblock 101, everything you needed to know. But if I get a little bit of color, then I'll immediately like just tighten up and dry up. So what I love about that primer is that even though it's moisturizing, it is still tacky. So the foundation still has something to adhere to. Like it isn't just like you're moisturizing your face. Like that's why like you have to be so careful about your primers, because you don't want them to continue moving around your face. And so that one works really well to moisturize, but then allow your foundation to stay. Couple of concealers. This actually, these are on my list as well. Obviously I'm not buying another bronzer, but I might get another shade, honestly. But I will be, I'm running through both of those primers, so I will be buying more of those. The Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer, my favorite concealer. I'm wearing that today too. Everybody drink. This is an amazing concealer because it's a little bit full coverage, but if you use a beauty blender or makeup sponge to kind of apply it and spread it out, you'll thin out the consistency a little bit. But honestly, I have very dark circles, and so those need to be contained. And so I do require a higher coverage concealer. This, did I say it already? This also has hyaluronic acid in it though, which is great because it will moisturize your under eye and kind of address and deal with any fine lines or texture or anything that you have going on underneath there, but it stays in place at the same time, which is great. If you want a little bit less coverage, I recommend the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. It is a little bit of a moderate coverage under eye concealer, but I don't know. I couldn't even explain why, but I just enjoy using it. I use these on days where I might only spot conceal or use a reduced coverage foundation, and this concealer winds up blending out beautifully. Speaking of foundation, I have one that's new to me, which I think is beautiful. I love the original Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, because like I said, I need a longwear concealer. Like I'm not doing my makeup again midway. I hate having to do touch-ups. So what I put on in the morning, I really like to last throughout the day. But this one is the Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. Because it's Radiance, it is a little bit of more of a moderate coverage foundation. So around my face, I will use the Flawless Fusion Longwear foundation around my face, except on my chin and around my nose, I will use this. Yes, I double foundation because my chin has different needs and demands than the rest of my face. This goes on beautifully, and if you have drier skin or drier patches on your skin, I find that that foundation winds up working really nicely. Oh, I already mentioned a brow pencil, but let me also add that Anastasia, I mean, honestly, she is queen of brows. This is the thing that I forgot the name of. I totally can't remember. This is her new brow gel, but it is I'll leave it listed down below. It is advertised as like a pomade in a tube. And so it has a very nice small little fiber brush at the end. And this really is, though, this is not a colored brow gel. She makes those also. This really does do quite a bit of filling in for you, which I think is amazing, because it requires, it goes on really quick and like fills in your brows, especially if you have like a little baldy patch in your brows or area of your brows. It will fill that in like immediately, and then you can fine tune with your brow pencil. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I'm really, really liking it. On super natural makeup days, I might just use a pencil, but like when I get ready in the morning and I'm filling in my brows, that does a really nice job, and it does it pretty quickly. So I'm excited about that. I'm getting another one of those. I'm actually almost out of those, and I am in the shade Taupe. Powders. I did a video before about the Becca Hydra Mist powder, Set and Refresh Hydra Mist powder, and I recommend, and I'm actually going to get another one of the small ones. They've got now like a little travel container, and I know those are not like the best value, but this particular powder container has the little netting on the top, and I think that is the most genius way to dispense loose powder. And so even though I lived for, and still do for when it's alive, I love the Set and Refresh powder. It's like the one that you put on that feels like water. You should check out that video because my reaction to it is kind of hilarious, if I do say so myself. But it doesn't last. Like, it dies off before you've gone through all the powder, and you lose that kind of water-based effect. So I don't use it all the time, and I reseal it like overboard because I don't want the powder to die. But since it's a smaller amount, I'm hoping that I'm able to go through the powder much quicker and get to use all of it before the powder dies out. But I will save the container and transfer in some of my loose powder for when I'm traveling, because like I said, I think the container and the packaging is brilliant when it comes to being able to dispense loose powder, because that's like my #1 most unhappy complaint about loose powders. Also, the Fenty Beauty powder is amazing as a loose powder. It's silica based. I did a video about this before. I will link that down below as well. And in that video, I talk about how silica is an amazing ingredient when it comes to being able to blur out your fine lines and your pores and your texture. This is the Instant Retouch Setting Powder Pro Filt'r. I have the shade Butter, which I believe is the lightest one. There's also like a lavender one, like almost like a brightening one, and that's, I don't know, I think my skin might actually be a hair too dark for that, but it's supposedly a really beautiful illuminator. I have a couple of skincare items, which is kind of giving away my secrets a little bit because I am still going to deliver that skincare video to you guys. But let me just say, by Peter Thomas Roth, the AHA BHA Acne Clearing Gel. This is a combination chemical exfoliant. AHAs work on the surface of your skin. BHAs work deep down within your pores to clear them out. I've been using this. I love it. I want to stay with my skincare right now because I want to really see how it plays out in the long term, because I don't think necessarily one bottle is enough to tell the whole story about how it's impacting my skin. I've really been into the Farmacy brand with an F. I think I mentioned before the Green Clean Makeup Cleansing Balm. This is the only one that I've ever liked. It is green. Love it. So cute. It's got a little spatula too that comes with it so that you can take it out. Why can't I open it? Oh my god. Oh, there we go. It's green inside. It smells really fresh. I enjoy the scent. I enjoy many scented products actually. And I like how this takes off my makeup. I'm surprised because I don't know. When I use like a cleansing oil, like the oil drips down your hand. So this is a nice way to apply like an emollient to your face so that you can break up your makeup. And I like how it smells. So hey. Also by Farmacy, I love the Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. I'm all about hydration. I used to be much more about like pore clearing, like clay masks and stuff, but I really do find that they dry my skin out. And so I definitely am all about foundation. Also comes with a little spatula. So cute. This just goes on. It literally feels like you're putting honey on your face, which is kind of interesting, but pretty cool nonetheless. Finally, I mentioned this before also, the Biossance Squalane Omega Repair Cream. If you have dry patches on your skin or your skin needs to be repaired, the fatty acids are definitely, the omega fatty acids are definitely the way to go. And so I love this. I'm actually almost done with this one. And so I'll be needing another one. The rest of the things on my list that I don't have right now, I am going to be getting probably the one by Olaplex, the number 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo and the number 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. I believe I was thinking about getting the Briogeo, but I use the Olaplex Repair Mask and I really like that. It really, I feel like, has improved the condition of my hair. So I definitely want to try the shampoo and conditioner. I've talked before about how I live for the Kirkland brand shampoo and conditioner because it's all natural and my hair just feels really good when I'm done. But I want my shampoo and conditioner to do a little bit of work too besides just clean and moisturize. And so I've heard really good things about the Olaplex. Oh, I am getting my new favorite scent. I have a new signature scent. It's by Chanel. It's the Coco Mademoiselle. Ridiculously expensive, but I'll buy it if it's on sale again. I still have the shampoo and conditioner by Briogeo in my cart also. Well, they're on sale. Maybe I'll just get them both. So Bite Beauty makes the Agave lip mask, which I love. Comes in a little tube. When I was kind of searching the website, looks like Bite also came out with the Agave Plus Nighttime Lip Therapy, and it's in a little tub. So I haven't tried that yet, but I love all lip treatments that are Bite Beauty, and so that seems interesting. I want to know, how could it possibly be better than the lip mask that I've been using already? And hey, I think I'm getting another Kat Von D tattoo liner. It's kind of the only one that I really enjoy using the most. I'm gonna get one of those. The only thing I don't have on there is a shadow palette, and I'm totally on the fence about whether or not I'm gonna get a shadow palette, but the Natasha Denona Biba palette, that's the one that looks like you're going on safari. It's a lot of really nice neutrals with a couple of like maroons and a couple of really nice greens. So it's $129, and I don't know if I can suck that up because I really am so particular about the shadows that I use. I would much rather create my own shadow. By the way, any one of the Anastasia individual shadow pans are stellar in my opinion. I like them even better than I like her palette. So, but I don't have a full-size Natasha Denona, so I don't know. I might wind up getting that. But right now I looked at the total in my cart and it scares me, so we may have to edit just a little bit. So that's what I have for you. What are you getting? What are you considering buying at the sale? I'm very excited. Please share with me and share with each other. Please join my G crew and subscribe if you're not already. But as I've kind of indicated lately, your liking of my video is actually much more important to me. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for spending your time with me. Check me out on Instagram if you get a chance. Otherwise, happy shopping. I hope you have a really good rest of the day. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And in the meantime, thanks.